Okay, the session is now being recorded. So the topic that we are going to review is the differential calculus. So more on the part 1 muna tayo ng uh, limits and derivatives. Yun ang ating magiging topic, no? And also as well as partial differentiation and implicit differentiation. So ito syempre as a review, kailangan natin i-recall yung constant theorems on limits. Pero dito naman guys, no, alam naman natin, pag sinabi natin limit, let me write, ang limit natin is limit, di ba? If x is approaching to a or to a constant value, and that is the f of x, yun yung ating tinatawag natin na limit, no? Kumbaga, yan yung ating limit, no? So, kaya kapag gumamit tayo ng calculator, we can use this actually. Kaya ito, this session will be uh, using a manual and as well as using the calculator. Mamaya papakita ko sa inyo yung paggamit ng calculus. And then ito, ginagamit tong L'Hopitas rule kapag halimbawa, kinuha mo yung limit ng, let's say, f of x, g of x. Siyempre, kukunin mo yung derivative. Now, kapag nangyaring indeterminate, that's the time that you will get the L'Hopitas rule. No? So, ito, kapag halimbawa, uh, sa kagagamit ito, para hindi natin, kumbaga, ma-avoid natin na magkaroon ka ng zero na denominator. So, we need to avoid this, yung zero. So, to do that, you need to differentiate yung ating numerator and as well as the denominator. Now, to give you the, uh, anyway, this will be used later, no, using the calculator technique. I will show you na lang. At ito naman yung derivatives of the algebraic function. So, meron tayong 8 basic derivatives. Okay, so derivative of a constant is 0. This is the summation rule. Du over dx plus dv over dx. This is the product rule. Ito product. UDV plus BDU. Ito naman is the quotient rule. And ito naman, constant rule. Then ito naman is called exponent or power rule. Ito yung may radical, no? Pero most likely yan ay nasa power din. Okay. Ito naman is, there is a, let's say, 1 over c. Yung 1 over c na yan is a constant. Okay? Then and ito naman is some like ganun din, no? Ito naman is 1 over u. U is a variable, c is a constant. Where c is, kumbaga sa ano, nilalabas mo yung c sa kakagagamit ng uh, tinatawag natin na possible na quotient rule. So ito yung pinaka-basic algebraic uh, formula, no? Later, i-demonstrate natin. Kasi ito yung coverage ng part 1. So ito naman yung exponential. Ito yung halimbawa, 4 2u. O ano ba yung a natin? Yung a natin is 4. Yung u natin, let's say for 2x. U natin is 2x. ln of 4. Ngayon, kukunin ko yung derivative ng 2x, which is equivalent to 2. Kaya yun yung lalabas na atin na sagot. No? Ito naman is the exponent. So, just copy. No? Then, logarithmic functions. Log base a is log AE. Log base 10 is log 10. Okay? Then, ln u is du over dx. So, take note of these logarithmic functions. Okay? And then, as well as the trigonometric, 6 basic derivative. Ito, so paano ba nakuha ito, no? Itong tan nyo, halimbawa, no? That is sine of u over cosine of u. So, this is u, this is v. So, meron kang v du minus u dv all over v squared. At the same time, so we will be having cos u, derivative of sin u. So ito example ng derivation natin, no? Minus sin u, okay? Sin u, the derivative of cosine u. So ipoprove natin na kung tama. Kasi ito ay cosine squared of u. Basically, ang ginagawa dito is cosine u, derivative of sine u is cosine of u, minus sine of u, derivative of cosine u is negative side of u, divided by cosine squared of u. Now, alam natin ang mangyari, ito ay cosine squared of u plus sine squared of u all over cosine squared of u. So magiging 1 ito from the identity. And we already know that 1 over cosine squared of u is simply what? Secant squared of u. So yan yung ating basic, no? Yun yung basic natin na ah ah, proof, no? For the trigonometric function. So dapat makuha yan, no? Ma-recall natin yung mga yan. Okay? I think that is one of the trigonometric function. Okay? So let's continue. Now, ito naman, hanggang inverse trigonometric function tayo. No? Although there is also a hyperbolic as well as inverse hyperbolic that would be discussed siguro uh, uh, siguro bago mag-finals or bago mag ating session is ma-discuss natin. No? Pero ito muna, ito yung mga inverse trigonometric. No? And as well as hyperbolic. So meron ka ng 28 formula. Pero we will be using uh, calculator technique. Okay, so ngayon ito guys, no, ito naman ay hindi mo natin i-discuss kasi ito may i-discuss ko muna ito, no, importante ito. Itong part na ito muna. Ito guys, to, ito yung sinasabi na slope. Ang slope, yan yung dy over dx. Yan din yung y prime, no? Na yan ay nagiging zero. Kaya kapag kinuha mo yung point of inflection, yan yung second derivative. Yan yung second derivative. No? That is the point of inflection. Take note of that. No? So anyway, that will be discussed pa kapag nag-maxima, minima tayo. So ngayon siguro, I can now have a uh, basic sa problem solving siguro tayo. No? Focus tayo dito. Ayan, no? Dito sa limit. Since this is a review. So limit, simplify the expression. Actually, pwede mo namang i-submit, i-substitute. Ang solution 1 is 2 squared. Pwede namang i-substitute, no? Kung hindi naman mag-equal to 0 yung denominator. Ito kasi magiging 4 minus 16, negative 2. That is negative 12 divided by negative 2 or equivalent to 6. Or other one, pwede mong i-kunin yung kanyang factor. Okay? So x squared negative 4x plus 4x negative 16 divided by x minus 4. Then x minus 4 will be cancelled out. So that would be 2 plus 4 equivalent to 6. So yan yung sa limit. Ngayon, pwede natin gamitin itong calculator. So paano? Dito, we will just be using calculator, no? For instances. Ang gagawin natin, ito. Tapos, i-ano ko lang ito, no? Yan. Put shift x squared or alpha x squared minus 16 divided by alpha x minus 4. Now, ikakalk ko ito guys, no? I will be using calc. Then, titignan ko yung kung saan nag-a-upload sa 2. Sa calc, so lagi ko is 2.001 or 1.99. Pwede naman ganyan. So that is 6. close. Or pwedeng 1.99. Basta close to, not yung eksakto, but close to dun sa nag-a-approach. So, di ba? So, depende sa ano. So, 6. So, yun yung, that is the calculator technique. Pagdating sa limits. Okay? Sige. So, at least alam na natin yung calculator technique. Okay, now, eto guys, no, we can use uh, what is the limit as y ganito kasi yun eh. Limit approaching to infinity. Iyan ko lang yan. So, limit where y approaches to infinity. Then cosine 1 over y. Eh kapag ganyan kasi, nagagamit tayo ng cosine 1 over infinity. No? Teka, ano ba yung 1 over infinity? Ano ba yung 1 over infinity? Ang 1 over infinity, guys, kasi ang 1 out of 0 is the infinity. So pwede natin masabi na yan ay 0. So cosine of 0. Ano ba yung cosine of 0? No? Kung ika-calculator natin yan, ika-calculator ko ito, no? Cosine of 0. Let's say ano muna ako, i-degree mode ko muna. So 1 ang sagot, no? No, so that is cosine of, so actually kung gagamit ka naman ng diagram, alam naman natin. Ito cosine yung nasa x-axis. Ito ay negative cosine, no? So, yun, no? Ibig sabihin, ito yung 1, negative 1. Dahil positive ka, nandito sa 1, no? Anyway, yan ay, ano lang naman, isang technique. Ngayon, try natin using the calculator. Halimbawa, hindi natin alam yung ano. Ang gagawin ko lang is cosine. So, instead of x, ay y, x lang lalagay ko, no? Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, paano ba nilalagay sa calculator ang infinity? Large number tayo. Example ba large number is 9999. Malaking number yan. So what? So tama, no? Tandaan nyo guys, ang large number kapag, di ba yung, bawa, A approaching to 2. Sa calculator, ilalagay mo 2.00001. Or pwedeng 1.9999. Pero kapag halimbawa, A is approaching to infinity, usually large number, o ang usually nilalagay ko, example lang to is 99,999. Malaking number ang infinity. So that's how you present it or represent it in your calculator. No? That is a calculator technique. Tandaan nyo, no? That is the calculator technique for the limits. Okay, eto guys, no, pag sinabing discontinuous, if we will plot this, halimbawa, kung gagamit ako ng mano-mano, no? If x is equal to 0, using this formula, what is the value of y? So 0 minus 4, 0 plus 2. So ito ay magiging negative 4. So ito ay magiging negative 2. So ipa-plot natin mamaya. If 0 is equivalent to 1, 1 minus 4, 1 plus 2. Negative 3, 3. So that is negative 1. Okay, if 0 is 2, or if 0 is 1, the y is negative 1. No? If 0 is, if x is equal to 2, so 2 minus 4, 2 plus 2, ito ay negative 2, no? That is negative 0.5. No? So, if x equal to 2, that is negative 0.5. No? So, titingnan natin, saan ba ito nagdi-discontinuous? Kung ipa-plot ko ito, guys, makikita nyo dito, no? 0 and negative 2, nandito, 1 and negative 1, 2 and, ayan. So, nakikita natin. Now, try natin pag 3. O, 3 minus 4, 3 plus 2. So, negative 1. So, negative 0.2. So, nandito naman yan. Halos lumiliit, no? So, saan kaya siya magdi-discontinuous? Ngayon, para hindi natin, kumbaga mahirap siya kasi tuloy-tuloy. Pwede tayong gumamit na kung saan mag-e-error to. Ngayon, pwede natin sabihin na pwede tayong gumamit ng -1 and -2. Sige, let's try. If x is equal to -1 minus 4, -5, 1. So, -5. Okay, so -1, -5. So, nandito. Okay, so let's say nandito, no? Yan. Now, if x is equal to -2, ito na. Ito guys, ano na to? Hindi pwede to kasi infinity to. So, dito ka discontinuous. No? Hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin. So, discontinuous siya at value of -2. So, yun yung tinatawag na discontinuity. No? Pagdating sa ating no, mga problem dito sa calculus. Okay? So, I hope yan ay clear. Ito, no, medyo may konting application, pero sige, isama na natin. A distance body travels in a function of time t and defined by, so kapag x sub t is 18 t plus 9t squared, what is the velocity? Actually, pag sinabing velocity, that is dx over dt. No, that is velocity. Yan yung vector quantity ng speed. Now, kapag, let's say, second derivative, we call that acceleration. Okay, pero velocity tayo. So, kukunin ko yung derivative nito. That is 18 plus 18t. Substituting at time is equal to 3, meron kang 18 plus 18 times 3. I think that is 54 plus 18, that is 72. So therefore, ito yung velocity niya per unit time. No? Yan yung tinatawag na, ang velocity kasi is displacement per unit time. No? Ang speed naman is a scalar quantity. No? Tandaan niyo yung mga yan. No? Okay, so that is an example. Now, ito guys, no, here is an example that we can use, no, the calculator. We will be using calculator technique, no. Pero ito kasi is an arctangent. Now, going back doon sa ating ito guys, so balikan tayo dun sa no, para makita nyo. Yung inverse trigonometric function, naalala nyo ba yung arctangent? Ito yun. Ang arctangent is simply 1 over 1 plus u squared du over dx. Tandaan doon, no? So, binalikan lang natin kasi kailangan natin alamin, no? Ngayon, tapos yung ln, logarithmic. May logarithmic pa tayo eh. Dx over du. Tandaan nyo na, ito yung mga formula natin. Nagagamitin natin to solve dun sa problem number 10. Okay, gagamitin natin yan. Yung dalawang formulang yan. To solve that. So, dito sa part na ito, sa number 10, using this formula, if y is equal to r, what is the derivative? So, ln x, no? So, dito, let u ln of x. Take the derivative, that is 1 over x, no? Dx. Kasi ang du over dx natin is 1 over x, no? Okay, ngayon, dahil meron na tayo niyan, arc tangent to, inverse tangent. So, kukunin ko yung inverse tangent, yung derivative ng inverse tangent. Using that, 1 plus, yung u natin is ln of x squared divided by uh, 1 out of x. Take note, meron na tayong 1 over e. So, isa-substitute lang natin. So, to solve that, 1 over 1 plus ln 1 over e squared. Ito naman is 1 over 1 over e. Now, to solve that particular problem, no, alam naman natin sa logarithmic kapag ln x over ln of y, yan ay ln of x minus ln of y. Kapag naman ln x y, that is ln of x plus ln of y. So basically, gagamitin natin yung konsepto niyan. So to simplify further, okay, so ln of 1, so, di ba? So, mangyari, ln of 1 minus ln of e na naka-square. Tapos ito, as I think that would become e na lang itong part na ito. Meron ka pang multiplier dito. Okay, i-multiply natin dito, no? Na e na lang, no? Now, ito is 1 over 1 plus, ito ln of 1 is 0 minus 1 ang ln of e multiplied by e. So, therefore, kapag sinimplify mo ito, that will be e, 1 plus 1 is 2. So, e over 2. So, ito na yung dy over dx. And this is the manual solution of the arc tangent ln of x. Yan yung manual solution ito. No? Ngayon, guys, no, pag gagamit ka ng calculator, pwede naman. Halimbawa, ito sa calculator, we can use this, no? Make sure naka-radian mode ka. Pag ano na, naka-radian. Sa limit, pwede naman radian or dead. Pero i-radian nyo na agad para sure. Kasi kapag mga trigonometric identity natin, no? Ginagamitan natin yan. Anyway, dito tayo sa ano, shift ddx function. I think that would be arctangent ln of x. ln of x, alpha x. Okay, tapos, x equivalent to 1 over e. O, yun yung gagamitin natin kasi may value na. Yung e, i-raise to 1 nyo lang, no? Ay, pag syntax error, kulang sa parenthesis. So, meron ka 1.3591 based do sa calculator ko. Ngayon, titingnan natin kung tama. Sabi daw, equivalent to 1.3591. So, tama ba? Ang e over 2 ba ay, tayo natin, no? Ang e over 2, we will be trying to use this method. So, meron kang ano, 1.35. So, tama. Nag-equal lang. So, nakikita nyo dito, pwede palang gamitin ang calculator technique. Okay, yan yung ano, yan yung pinaka-konsepto natin na pwede natin gawin, no? Okay, so let's continue. So, at least nare-recap na, no? Okay, ito yung isang example laban na implicit differentiation. Why naging example? Kasi meron tayong magkakaibang term, no? So anyway, ito, ln of y, plus 2 eh. So, ang gagawin ko lang dito is gagamitin ko ln of y and y. So, parang ano natin, alam, di ba? ln of x plus ln of y is ln xy. Now, is equivalent to ln of x. Okay, so ngayon, i-raise ko sa e both sides. Kaya magiging y, ln of y is equivalent to x. Now, ito guys, no, gagamitin ko na, i-derivative ko both sides. The derivative of ln of y is simply 1 over y. No, kasi, di ba, na that is 1 over y. Ito naman, using the quotient rule, ito ay y dx minus x dy all over y squared. So basically, i-cross multiply ko y squared, no? Tapos ito ay magiging y squared dx minus xy dy, no? We can eliminate yung y natin kasi yun yung pinaka-common. So magiging y na lang ito, then y dx minus x dy. Then ito, syempre, this is y dy, no? Kasi pag kinuha mo to, dy to, no? Okay, so ngayon, pagkasamahin natin yung ano yung dy. So, y dx is equivalent to x plus y dy. Now, to determine the dy over dx, yan yung tinatawag natin na y prime. Cross multiply. So, ito ay equivalent to y. Yung dx natin is y. Tapos itong dx natin, x plus y. No? So, yan yung magiging sagot. Kaya finally, the answer is this one. So, yan yung ating pinaka-answer. And that is using the implicit differentiation. No? That is one of the technique, no, sa paggamit ng implicit differentiation. Okay? Sige, no? So that is how we solve values. Okay. So yun, no? Now kung ha, now if we will continue this again for the next number, no? So nag-recap na tayo ng implicit. Ito trigonometric, madali lang naman to. If y is equal to 2x, is plus side 2x, find x if y prime is 0. So, ibig sabihin nito, you will take the derivative. So, taking the derivative of this, if this becomes 0, magiging 2 na lang ito. Ito magiging 2 cos 2x. Now, we already know that to determine the derivative, no? To determine the derivative dito. So, ito na yung y prime. 2 plus 2 cos 2x. Now, dahil yan ay 0, kukunin natin yung angle. So, cos 2x is equivalent to 2 negative, no? Divided by 2. So, magiging negative 1. Ano ba yung cos 2x negative 1? Actually, kung titignan natin mabuti, cos 2x, kung i-arc cosine natin yan, no? Arc cosine 2x, o i-inverse natin, no? So, arc cosine 2x is equivalent to arc cosine of negative 1. So, ngayon, simply, no? We can use the calculator directly. Kung degree ito, babalik ko lang sa degree ito. So, arc cosine, shape cosine, negative 1. So, meron ka 180. Pero ilalabas ito is 2x. 180, no? Kapag kinuha mo yung yung inarc cosine of 2x mo. Ngayon, x is equivalent to 90 degree. Okay, so ngayon to check, you can substitute. Kung alin yung magiging 0, yun yung tamang sagot. So sa calculator, si letter A lang yung makakapag-0 kasi kapag if we will alam mo, 30 degree, tinan nyo dinegree ko muna plus 2 cosine of 2, let's say 30 muna. Tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging sagot. So, hindi naging 0. So, hindi yan ang sagot. Pero pag ginawa ko 90 ito, and that is the time na nagsi-0. So, yun ang tamang sagot. No? Using the calculator. So, ibig sabihin, pag marunong ka sa calculus, maraming mga problem sa DeepCal ang kinakailangan mo ng sagutan using calculator. No? Although ito is not included, but we can have, para ma-recall lang natin yung derivative. So, ang slope natin ay y, 8 over x squared. Take the derivative. So, actually, pinakamadali dyan, itaas mo ito. Kaya magiging negative 16 x raised to negative 2 minus 1. Therefore, dy over dx is negative 16 x raised to negative 3. And basically, dy over dx natin is negative 16 over x cubed. So, pwede mong isubstitute yung slope. Kasi, guys, tinatanong dito, merong slope, dumaan dyan sa point, no? 2 and 2. So, nandito, no? Yung curve na yan. So, by substituting, no? Yung 2, so magiging negative 16 divided by 8, that is negative 2. So, yan yung ating slope. That is the slope, negative 2, no? Kaya kung gagamit ako ng point slope form, i-recall ko lang yung tinatawag natin na geometry, no? Yung ating y minus y sub 1, slope x minus x sub 1. So, dahil may point 2 ka, 2 and 2, y minus 2, negative 2, 2 or x minus 2. So, magiging y minus 2, negative 2x plus 4. Now, kapag inayos ko yung equation, magiging, ibilip ko sa kabila, no? Magiging 2x plus y minus 2 minus 4. Equivalent to 0. Or 2x plus y minus 6. So, ito rin yung magiging equation nung uh, tawag dito, nung slope, no? Nung point slope form doon sa ating na dito sa point na yan, no? Yung naka-slope diyan. So ano ding slope? So if we will look, no? Kung anong klaseng curve to, let's say halimbawa, magti-table ako. O, para na i-imagine lang natin, no? Zero or start tayo sa kasi zero magiging magiging tawag ito infinite. So magbawan muna ako. If x equal to 1, 8 ang sagot. If x equal to 2, 2 times 2, 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay? So, yun. Basically, meron kang 1, 8 nandito. Okay, nandito, no? Then, 2 and 2. So, dito guys, so, mapapansin nyo, no? Tumaan talaga, no? Yung 2 and 2. Maaring, yan, dahil ito ay x squared, possible na, yan ay, may curve ka dyan, no? Na dumaan. Okay? So, kung 3 naman ito, so ito ay 9, 8 over 9. So, point something. So, dumaan nga dito sa point na ito. Maaring dumaan na dito sa point na to. Yan. Okay, so wala nang negative kasi nandito sa positive. Sa quadrant 1 kasi. So, maaaring dumaan sa point na 2 and 2. Maaaring ito yung curve mo. No? Kaya ngayon, pwede mong i-substitute to actually kung hindi mo alam. Kung ano yung mag-equal to 8, yun ang sagot. O, di ba? So, hindi na ako magko-compute. So, the answer, dahil, kumbaga sa although, guys, no, 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. Pero pwede rin kasi ang negative 2. So, pag either dito, mamimili ka. Kung talagang uhulaan mo. Pero imposibleng no? Kasi yung ating slope is negative. Negative 2. Yung ating. Kasi pag ganun yung slope natin, di ba? Okay, so any question? So, yan yung aking no? Anyway, this, di pa naman niya kasama. Pero, ma-review natin. Okay, ito is second derivative. Okay, y is equivalent to x ln of x. Y prime xd ln of x plus ln of x dx. So ito yung magiging x. Ang ln of x is 1 over x plus ln of x 1. Kaya ito yung magiging y prime 1 plus ln of x. So ito na yung magiging pinaka y prime. Ngayon, to find the second derivative, derivative of 1 is 0, that ito is 1 over x. Kaya y to the second prime is 1 over x. Ito na yung pinaka-answer. Okay, so I hope yan ay klaro no, sa part na yan. Now, find the equation of the tangent Ito, di pa naman na ito, saka na ito. No? Okay, so ngayon, magdagdag lang tayo ng konti na as a recap, no, a review. Halimbawa, ng mga possible na lumabas. Let's say, halimbawa, ito. If y is x squared, tapos x plus 2, no? So, yan, no? Tapos, paano ko yan iaano? So, I can use product rule. X squared d x plus 2 plus x plus 2 d x squared. So, to get the y prime, meron akong x squared, derivative ng x plus 2 is 1, plus x plus 2, the derivative of x squared is 2x. By simplification, ito na yung x squared. At ito na yung magiging 2x squared plus 4x. By simplifying, we have 3x squared plus 4x. Ito na yung pinaka first derivative natin. Okay, ano pang halimbawa? Let's say, e raised to uh, 2x squared tapos ln of x squared. O, find the derivative. So, ganito guys to. Ito yung u, ito yung v. So, usually, e 2 raised to x squared, the derivative of ln x squared plus ln of x squared, the derivative of e raised to x squared. O, so paano natin isasolve yan? Okay, guys, pag kukunin ko yung derivative nito, ln x squared, paano ko ba kunin yung derivative ng ln x squared? Let u x squared. The derivative is 2x. Ngayon, alam naman natin, ang derivative ng ln of u is 1 over u, di ba? Du over dx. So basically, yun yung lalabas natin, no? Kaya kapag kinuha ko yan, 1 over x squared na ito, then the derivative ito is 2x. Kaya if we will write e raised to 2x squared, ito ang lalabas dyan is 2x all over x squared. Okay, tapos we can use also no plus ln of x squared. O ano bang derivative ng e raised to x squared? The derivative of e raised to x squared is simply let u, di ba kung mapapansin natin, x squared. Derivative is 2x dx. Kaya ang du over dx natin is 2x. Eh alam naman natin, ang derivative ng e raised to u is e raised to u du over dx. Kaya isa-substitute natin yung 2x. No? Lalagay lang natin dito 2x e raised to x squared. Now, by simplification, pwede kong ilabas yung common. Ito magka-cancel to. 2x na lang ito. No? Ilalabas ko yung ano, yung y prime nito is simply ilalabas ko yung e raised to x squared. That is 1 over 2 over x rather. 2 over x. Okay, plus uh, 2x ln of x squared. So ito na yung pinaka answer natin. Now, we can use the calculator, no? Halimbawa, gusto natin gamitin ng calculator, for example, to check our answers, we can use this. Halimbawa, ito. Use this calculator. Okay, so, paano? So, dapat naka-radian mode. Yun ang unang-unang rule. Okay, naka-radian na tayo. Tapos, shift ddx function. Ito muna unahin ko, yung x squared. Alpha x squared. X squared. Tapos, lagyan ko ng parenthesis, no? Okay, lagyan natin ng parenthesis. then x plus 2. Okay, tapos, maglalagay ako ng any value. Halimbawa, gusto ko, 0.5. Kahit ang laman basta make sure na same kayo ng ano. No? Ngayon, may lumabas na 11 over 4. I will write it that. No? Yung 11 over 4. So, that would be 11 over 4. So, pag nung dinidi-x function ko ito, x squared, x plus 2. So, meron ako ditong 11 over 4. So, ngayon, I will try to substitute. No? Yung nakuha kong sagot, dapat mag-11 over 4 to. Di ba? Ito yung ano natin, y prime. So, dapat maging 11 over 4 yan. So, ang gagawin ko is 3 alpha x o 0.5 ang ginamit ko. Tandaan nyo. Squared plus 4.5. Using these values, meron din ako 11 over 4. So, save lang din. So, we can use the calculator pag hindi natin alam. Lalo kapag multiple choice. Di ba? So, kahit hindi ka marunong ng mga formula, pag ginamitan mo ng calculator, mas madali. Ano pa example? Ito yung susunod na, yung isang example, no, na may exponential sa logarithmic. Okay, so o ddx function, e2x squared. Okay, tapos ln of x squared. Okay, so let's say gagawin ko is 0.5. Tapos ito try natin i-substitute yung sagot natin. So meron akong 2.0237. Yun yung nakuha kong sagot. Now let's check kung tama. So from the choices, malalaman mo pala yung sagot, no? So from the choices, ilalagay ko lang e raised to 2x squared. Actually, ang ginamit kong x is 0.5. So pwede namang ibang value. Depende sa iyo, no? 2 divided by 0.5. Okay, plus 2 times 0.5. Then ln of 0.5 squared. Okay, so check natin kung saan. Okay, wait lang ha. I-try natin. Shape ddx function. Baka meron akong naging error lang. E raised to 2x squared. Naka-region mode naman, no? Tapos ln of x squared. Okay, tapos 0.5 ang gagamitin. Okay, so tama naman, no? I will check dito sa part na ito. Baka may nakalimutan lang. ED, tama. So ito ay ang derivative ng ln x squared. So u is x squared, 2x. Therefore, that is 2x, 1 over x squared. So magiging 2 over x. Okay, tama. Okay, then, plus ln x squared, derivative nito ng x squared is 2x. Then 2x e raised to x squared. No? Ln x squared, then 2x e raised to x squared. So, by simplifying, ito ay e raised to 2x squared, then 2 over x. Tama, no? Then, ayun, no? And then we have e raised to x squared, e raised to 2x. Ito. That it must be 2x squared. Ayun. Kaya pala. It must be 2x squared. Ayan. Meron tayong ano lang. So, e2x squared, dilabas ko 2 out of x plus 2x ln x squared. So, dapat ito yung kalalabasan. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so e raised to 2x squared. So, ikakalkul na lang siguro. Alpha x squared. Tapos, ano ko na lang, no? 2 over x plus, ah, based dun sa aking, ah, plus 2x, no? 2x, ay, di, if that is e raised to 2x squared, ang derivative kasi nito, nasa na yun? Derivative ng e 2x squared. Teka lang, baka may konting error lang dito. Derivative na e dito is, kung ito ay 2x squared, ayun, mayroon lang ano dito. If u is 2x squared, it must be 4x. So that must be 4x. So therefore, it must be 4x. Okay, so this is 4x. So yun yung kaya para hindi nag-equal. So that is 4x ln of x squared. Tandaan nyo, ang gagamitin ko dito is the calc. 0.5 ang ginamit ko. Ayun, tama, parehas na. So nag-equal na siya, guys. So ibig sabihin, you can use your calculator kapag hindi mo alam yung sagot. Or last example, no? Gamit tayo ng trigonometry. Okay, pero gagamitin ko rin ng calculator. Okay, di ba? Pinapa-derivative sa atin. If y is equivalent to 1 plus cost, let's say, yung 1 plus cos x, take the derivative, no? Square root of 1 plus cos x. Now, if we will recall yung ating tinatawag na kapag direkta kasi guys, medyo mahirap yan i-solve. So, familiar ba kayo guys if ever sa mga half angle identity na kung saan doon pwede nating masimplify yung problem. Kasi kapag direkta mo yan i-differentiate, medyo parang mahirap, no? Medyo mahirap siya, no? So, ang gagawin natin is i-recall natin yung mga half angle identities na gagamitin natin, no? Halimbawa, ito guys, sa part na ito. Okay, no? Halimbawa, in this case, kapag ganyan kasi, per se, mahirap talaga. Pero tandaan nyo, meron tayong mga half angle identity. Halimbawa, sine theta over 2. Yan ay 1 minus cos theta over 2. Pag cosine theta over 2, so that is 1 plus cos theta over 2. No? Tapos itong tangent theta, half angle identity to, no? Kung di ako nagkakamali, yan ay sin theta all over 1 plus cos theta, or pwedeng 1 minus cos theta divided by sine of theta. So yan yung mga pwede natin gamitin. Now we'll be using this one. Kasi mahirap to i-derivative. So we will be using that principle instead of let's say halimbawa, no? Ah so ano ba equivalent niyan? So ang equivalent din guys, tandaan nyo, if y sa half angle identity, ang 1 plus cos x over 2, no, is equivalent to cosine. So, e-square ko itong nasa baba, no? cosine x over 2. So meaning to say, ibabato ko lang dito yan. Kaya equivalent na to sa 1 plus cos x. Now, dahil alam naman natin, instead ito yung derivative ko, ito yung derivative ko. So mas madali. So square root of 2, the derivative of cosine x over 2. So manually, derivative ng cosine is sine. So let u x over 2 du is 1 half. So meron kang 1 half, no? Eh alam naman natin kapag ganyan, dx, no? Divide mo by 1 half yan. Kaya meron kang 2 du dx. So meron kang 2. Kaya mangyari, ang derivative pa ng cosine is negative. So negative 2 square root of 2 sine x over 2. So ito na yung pinaka-answer natin. Okay, yan na yung pinaka-answer natin to take the derivative. Okay, so therefore the derivative is simply negative 2 sine of x over 2. So ito yung pinaka-final answer. Now what if hindi tayo marunong yan? So I will be using calculator instead. Make sure naka-radian mode ka. Lalo trigonometric yan. So ddx function. So ito lang i-differentiate ko. Square root of 1 plus cos alpha x. Let's say, ang gagawin ko is fraction 0.5. Pag nag-error, palitan lang yung value. So lalagay ko lang dito is negative 0.1749. Okay, negative 0.1749. Now, kapag nakuha ko yan, guys, no, titingnan natin yung naging sagot natin. Mag-substitute tayo. Ang ginamit ko is 0.5 as the value of my x. So, dapat mag-equal ito. So, kasi ito, alam na natin, ito ay 1.7439. So, dapat ito, maging equivalent din doon. Let's try kung maging equivalent. So, I will just apply negative 2 square root of 2 sine of, pwedeng direkta na, 0.5 or i-calc nyo. Walang problema. So, dapat mag-equal. Okay, let's check. Ha. Uh, ang aking answer is, nasa na yun? Tingnan ko nga kung bakit. Wait lang Negative 2 square root of 2. Okay, sine uh, x over 2. Kaya tama naman ito yung sagot din eh. Wait lang Tiray ko nga doon sa derivative. Shift ddx function. 1 plus cos x. Ito pala muna dapat yan. Let's say 0.5. Okay, so tama naman, no? Ngayon, yung nakuha natin sagot is negative 2 square root of 2 sine x over 2. Okay, so i-calculate nga natin. Negative 2 square root of 2 tapos sine 0.5. Ayun. Ha. Tingnan natin, no? Alin yung yung ito nga pag times to ko ito, hindi rin, no? Wait lang. I-check ko nga kung bakit hindi siya nag-equal. So, take the derivative. So, tama naman. Siguro baka meron akong nakalimutan. Taking the derivative of 1 plus cos x. So, instead of that, gagamit tayo ng identity. Yan yung 1 plus cos x over square root of 2. So, ngayon, Ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay. Now, instead of ito yung derivative ko, ito yung i-derivative ko. Now, the derivative of cosine is sine, negative sine. So, tama naman, no? Tapos, dahil x over 2 yan, ah ang kinakailangan na maging sagot dito, naka-region mode naman ako. So, the derivative of cosine, if u is x over 2, derivative is 1 half. So, 2 du, derivative of cosine is negative sine. Tama naman. Negative sine x over 2. No? So, usually yun yung mangyayari. No? Okay. So, tignan natin yung ano. Wait lang. Check ko yung aking naging solution. Okay. Let me check, no? Okay. So, pwede akong gumamit ng, I think, chain rule. Okay, so wait lang, ha. Okay. So, looking for the answer. Okay, so pwede akong gumamit ng ano. Kaya lang, ha. I-check ko yung ano. Bagay, pwede pala ako mag-chain rule dito. Kaya iba ilalabas sa sagot. Okay, so let me ano no, recap to, no. Ulitin ko lang itong part na ito, no. Sige. Siguro ito lang yung gamitin kong paraan. If we will find the derivative of 1 plus cos x. So, ito na yung gagamitin ko. Step 1, gagamit ako ng chain rule. Sige, para ma-review na rin yung chain rule. I think ito yung isang method. Yung d over dx, f of g. Teka lang natin, no? Let's say d of dg, f of g, d over dx, g. No? Kaya kapag kinuha ko yung aking chain rule dito, yan ay square root of g dot d over dx 1 plus cos x. So kapag kinuha ko yung derivative dito, pag kinuha ko yung ano nito, that is 1 half square root of g dot d over dx 1 plus cos x. Ito yung chain rule na method. So ngayon, ano ba ang derivative dito? So negative sine of x to. 1 over 2 square root of g negative sine of x. Ang g naman natin is 1 plus cos x. So 1 over 2, 1 plus cos x times negative sine of x. So ito yung method. That is 1 or 2, 1 plus cos x. Ito yung dy over dx. Okay? So using chain rule, yan ang sagot, no? Pero tinan ko doon sa method ko, kung pwede, doon sa identity, na ang cosine x over 2 is simply 1 plus cos x over 2. Kasi pwede naman talaga yan, no? Yung part na yan. Kaya kapag kinuha ko yung aking square root of 1 plus cos x, ito ay square root of 2 cos x over 2. Tapos ito, pwede mong iba to dito yan. Okay, actually tama naman ito, no? Ngayon, tingnan natin kung ano yung no, yung pag ginamit ako ng calculator. Ito tama ito eh. So pag ginamit ako ng ddx function, yung square root of 1 plus cos x. Tapos ito ay may 0.5. So meron ka negative 0.1749. Yan yung sa calculator. So tingnan natin kung alin dito yung mag-aano. No? Dito guys, kung i-apply ko naman ito, negative sign of x. Kasi chain rule lang ginamit ko eh. 0.5 divided by 2 square root of 1 plus cos of 0.5. Okay. Lagyan natin ng ano yan. Ayun, parehas. So chain rule nga ang ginamit. So dahil ito ay nag-equal, ito yung tamang sagot. Pero again guys, hindi niyo kailangan kapag may calculator ka, madali lang ang paraan. So ginamit ko ng chain rule, no? Ito hindi siya ma-applicable, no? Kasi tinitingnan ko siya mathematically, pwede naman kasi ito yung pinapa-differentiate eh. So kukunin ko yung derivative nito, no? Technically dapat ganun, no? And derivative ng cosine is sine x over 2, no? Sige, i-try natin to, no? Try ko nga ito. So y prime is square root of 2 cos x over 2. Okay, let u cosine x over 2, di ba? O let x over 2 derivative 1 of x. So meron kang 1 of x. Okay, the d over dx or dx. So the du over dx is 1 half. Okay, yan yung kumbaga sa ano ka na, ang mangyari dito, square root of 2, derivative of cosine is square root of 2, negative, tapos may 1 half, sine of x over 2. So, half angle identity. No, try nga natin baka pag ito ay tama rin ang sagot. Uh, Negative square root of 2 divided by 2 and then sine 0.5 divided by 2. Ayun, tama rin. O, nagkamali lang ako dito kanina. So, equivalent din, guys. So, equal to parehas. So, pwede mong gamitin itong chain rule or ito. So, i-equal lagi. Kasi kapag sinimplify ka, papasok ka dyan. So, ito yung magiging sagot. O, medyo nagkaroon lang ako ng confusion kanina. So, ito yung pinaka-answer. Or ito, pwede rin ito. Ito, ginamitan ng chain rule. So, same lang din niya kasi identity rin yan. No? So, that is an example, no? Na may mga different answer pero same solution. Kasi naka-arrive tayo parehas ng 1749. So either kung ano yung gamitin mo, pwede. Okay? So I hope naintindihan yung ating calculator techniques and lesson for today. So I hope this session is clear. Thank you and God bless.